did very well in this election, and he came out to use his mouth to say that the election was free and fair. Hi, lovely people of Ghana, it's your Nigerian Get Pleasure, bringing you political news in our channel, Achromatic. The president of Ghana, President Addo, has come out to make some speech saying that his tax is not yet done, that he will make sure, so his tax is, he will make sure that Dr. Bawumia becomes the next president. Please listen.
Let's hear from the president when he officially introduced the new flag bearer for the party. And then we'll hear from Dr. Bawumia himself, and then also Dr. Arthur Kennedy, who's a one-time NPP presidential candidate aspirant. And he also responded to a question about whether Dr. Bawumia is the right candidate to help the NPP break the 8. Listen.
But I still have one more task to do. And that is, with all my strength, all my energy, to help the new flag bearer, to help Mamadou Bawumia win the election of 2024. Ghana cannot afford the return of the NDC, especially under the leadership of John Dramani Mahama. So let's all pull together. We have to go and campaign hard. Easy. Election here by easy my head. Nanso,
in this regard, let us all be aware that breaking the 8 will not be easy. It has not been done before in our history. But I believe if we are united, inshallah, we will break the 8. United we stand, and divided we fall. Our success will depend on how well we conduct ourselves going forward. A strong
choice of running mates, the campaign message, the conduct of other campaigns, all those things will factor in.
All Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and at least per Saturday's statement, you get that sense that all the other 3 persons, plus their supporters, have pledged to support that cause. Is Dr. Bawumia the one to help the NPP break the 8, as against all the others is going to be contesting against in 2024?
I think that every candidate has positives and negatives. So he has strengths and he has weaknesses. So, and I think that mainly the reason why party candidates do better than independents is that they wrap the party brand around themselves, and he will do that like everybody else. Having said that, I mean, aside from the baggage of the bad performance of the government, maybe he does not come with as much baggage as, for example, Nana Akufo-Addo did when he first became flag bearer. So from that point of view, I wouldn't say he has significant assets, but he does not have significant drawbacks as a person either.
Dr. Bawumia has a number of things to deal with, Dr. Kennedy, and that what you made mention of earlier about this twin effect of what he said in the past, which is now being played against him, plus this administration's own performance, which is the incumbency disadvantage as well. Taking all of these two into consideration, how much of these would impact on his candidature, and does the strength of his candidature also give him the edge over these 2 factors that you made reference to earlier?
All right. Well, so that was from Ghana Tonight, and that is Alfredo Kante having an interaction with Dr. Arthur Kennedy. And of course, the question was put to him about whether Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is the right candidate to help break the 8. Ellen, I know you're on his team, so clearly you'd say that. But if you look at a number of factors with regards to his role as vice president in the last 7 years going on 8, is he really the right candidate? Does he stand against former President John Dramani Mahama?
Good morning to everyone. Let me take this opportunity and say a big thank you to all MPP delegates across the country. I was in 12 regions with the vice president, so I met almost all of them. And at least 61% of them believed in exactly what we were saying and believed that Dr. Bawumia is the best candidate to break the 8. And so thank you very much for what they have done. And as I said, we have work to do, so we are up and doing. And you were asking whether he was going to break the 8. Yes, he is. And if you're doing a comparison between him and the former president, John Mahama, I believe Dr. Bawumia will come out tops. We are going to compare both of them when they were vice presidents. Fortunately, unlike previously when Mr. Mahama was saying that if you've not been vice president or president, don't talk to me about governing the country. Now, Dr. Bawumia has experienced 7 years. By next year, it will be 8 years experience as vice president. And we'll just suppose that with Mr. Mahama's, is it 4.5 years experience as vice president, and then his 4 years experience as president, but more at their time as vice presidents. And I believe when we do that, definitely Dr. Bawumia is the best from this side. And Ghanaians are very discerning people. They are going to actually sit down and do a proper introspection and look at the two political parties. Let's not forget by next year, both political parties under the current fourth Republican.
Fourth Republic, yeah.
The current Fourth Republic would have done 16 years each. NDC would have done 16 years. MPP.
We were only opportune to break the 8 because we were united. The unity made us to conquer. Coming from an MPP spokesperson, she has come out to say that it was only unity that made them to run. NPP has a lot of work to do already, and they are ready to start work immediately. If you're asking me if Dr. Bawumia will become the next president or will break the 8, I will say yes. Or even if it is when you wake me from the dream, I will still continue to say yes. Coming from the spokesperson of MPP, she has come out to say that her answer remains yes. If Dr. Bawumia or MPP will break the 8,
they would also have done 16 years. So it's not just the individuals that we are going to compare, the individuals as in the flag bearers. We are going to also compare the history and the progress of both parties in the last 16 years that they have been in power. And I think when we do that, and if this election is going to be purely based on issues, as it should be, the economy, education, agriculture, all the things of governance that it should be, Dr. Bawumia is going to come tops. So if you're asking me if he's going to break the 8, yes, he's going to break the 8.
What are his qualities that makes you think that he is the right candidate?
As they all said, Dr. Bawumia and the president said in the victory speech on Saturday, the MPP needs just about, I believe we need just about 2 things, and they mentioned it, unity. On Saturday, other contenders also showed this unity. Some people were not even expecting Mr. Kennedy Japan to even show up because of the sort of campaign that had gone on. And we have to also say, congratulate him, because some people didn't give him a dog's chance. Some of us did, because we know how he has helped his people, especially in the central region. So we knew he could pull a surprise.
When you say some people, who are those people? Within the party?
Yes, of course. People did not think Mr. Japan could go further. But to Ghana, 37%
yeah,
also.
38%. Yes, I'll get you the
in this, he's done very, very well. And as he said himself, the elections were free, they were fair, they were without violence. So definitely, our delegates chose the best person at this time whom they believe can lead the party into electoral victory. And you are asking what are Mr. Dr. Bawumia's qualities. Number one, he's a unifier. He's been able to bring all of them, those who competed with him, on board. And if you worked with him on the campaign, you realize that spirit of unification. When people threw jabs at him, the Kennedy camp were throwing jabs, the Akoto camp, everybody was throwing jabs. He would call those of us who actually speak for him that do not go answering those jabs. I am winning. And if I win, I'll need all those people. Yes, I mean, when you are in pole position for anything, people will throw things at you. Concentrate on the work, focus. And that is one thing that I believe he has that people do not really notice, that he's a very focused person. He knows exactly what he wants, and he will push you and his whole team to get what he wants. So that is one of the things that I believe that, yes, he's a unifier. He's God-fearing. He brings people together. One of the reasons why I believe that he is going to win is because he has a vision.
What is his vision?
And he started, he has a huge one. The very first one that he mentioned on Saturday that I picked was one he wanted us to, the youth is going to be his major focus. And in the speech he said it, that all the youth should come on board. We have a huge teeming population full of youth. We have to take advantage of the new technological things that are showing up. And he did mention robotics, he did mention coding, he did mention a lot of things that are going on all over the world that Ghanaian youth can also take care of. Yes, the foundation has been built. Just recently, I believe is it YE? Yes, where Kofi Japan is. Kofi Japan and his YE have started training some of our people, the young people who applied in getting into these technological survey things, and he intends to do that. Another thing he mentioned, and just two that he mentioned on Saturday, that he wanted us to be a country that has food security. Because when your people are hungry, that is the basics. A hungry person is an angry person. We need to be able to keep all the food and everything that we are doing through all the projects, planting for food and jobs. All these things bring up food and it goes waste because we don't have any way of keeping it. So one of the things he mentioned in his speech that I am very interested in is the fact that he wants us to be a country that has that is food secure, and we are using digitalization to achieve that. How he intends to do that, I'm sure he will expatiate on it as we go along. I'm sure in the next few weeks, the other things he intends to do, and as the flag bearer of the NPP and as president, will come up. But at least these two things that he touched on, the young people of this country and the fact that we need to get food at all times, are one of the things that I believe. At least he started off with that, with his vision. And just like Nana Addo did, by 2012, when Nana Addo was picked, as a flag bearer, we already knew, everybody in this country knew exactly what Nana Addo wanted to do. If he had asked, what do you want to do? The first thing that will come into your head, free SHS. Of course, our brothers and sisters on the other side, I believe, sponsored adverts, over 100 adverts saying that free SHS was a scam. But at least we knew what Mr. Akufo-Addo wanted to do.
But there are challenges at the moment.
Nobody has spoken about
a review of free SHS.
We haven't all agreed on that.
You don't think that it should be reviewed?
Nobody has said there's no challenges.
What
we are talking about is the vision of the people who are leading.
Please do well to like, comment, follow, put on your notification bell so you get all our updates on my phone. Thanks, my people.